It is time to get into these poor producer Joe. I mean, the graphics are on fire, or should I say, not on fire, if you will. This thing is, I'm sad. I honestly, when this team lost 2 games, like when they were like 5-0 at one point, I was like, okay, they'll be okay. Are they fizzling? Maybe teams are figuring them out. I feel like before they had lost 2 games in a row, teams have been kind of figuring them out. And then they won some more. I'm like, okay, well, they're back. But it didn't feel like the same magic they had before. And then came this little run recently. In their last 5 games, which have all been L's, 12 versus Rochester, 10 versus Rochester. These are in order, by the way. 9 versus Calgary, 7 versus Toronto, 7 versus Panther City. That is unacceptable. It, to me, should and is going, I don't know if it's going to, but it should cost Glenn Clark Coach of the Year. This team went from being a real candidate to #1 seed, and I don't know if they saw my interview with Cody Jansen, where I told Cody the Albany FireWolves could make a run. He's like, the Albany FireWolves? And I said, yes, Mr. Roll the highlight reel. I have no ammo. I've got nothing. Doug Jameson can only do so much. When Alex Simmons is shooting from the outside over and over and over again, there's not many spots you have to stop in the net. The thing's small as it is. Most casual fans can tell you that's a small net, that's a big goalie. But man, I know Nick Neymood. Nick Neymood is going to make one of our 3 stars. But boy, did Albany make it easy on him. But I will say something else, though. I'm not done with the FireWolves. I'm just not. There is one thing this team does that I think, just like the Miami Heat, just like Panther City last year, works in the playoffs. And that is, they get under your skin, they pick up the loose balls, and they hustle. Something about that, when the game slowed down, even if you're not as talented, I'm not saying Alex Simmons and Ty Kirsten, Sam Firth, and Marshall Palace are not talented. I'm saying they are not the cream of the crop talents right now in the NLL. Doug Jameson's the only one that can swear by that, even though Alex Simmons has had a great year. His shooting percentage is down in the gutter. My point is, something about being pesky, doing the little things correctly, is going to help Albany at least win 1 game in the playoffs. I don't think they'll be eliminated in game 1. I'd have to see the official matchup, but I think right now, if we look at it, I'll check that real quick, actually. Season ended today. They would play the Halifax Thunderbirds. I mean, why can't they be Halifax? What has Halifax shown me in the last 5 weeks that Albany hasn't shown me? They both have been on a downward spiral. So I like their chances against a couple of teams. And get them a 3-game series. Buffalo does not want to play this team again. Because Buffalo, especially when they're at home, they like to control the narrative. They like to be the physical ones. They like to make sure they're the alpha. And Albany says, all right, bet. We're a bunch of young kids, and we're gonna make you feel like old men. And that's what they do. And Buffalo's not even an old team, but that back end can get a little bit aged, if you will. I like Albany's chances in the playoffs still. I still think Toronto would smear him again. But get him against a team like Buffalo, who likes to play on fan emotions, or Halifax, who does the same. Oh, sin bin you go. Albany moves on. You're crying, and your fan base hates you. There you go. So, yeah, I do think this is a very concerning look. It might cost Glenn Clark a Coach of the Year, and Alex Simmons is hanging on to that Rookie of the Year. But, man, they ain't done yet. That's why his nose is not underwater, I guess. Thank you, Producer Joe, for doing that for me.